Hello, guys. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, correct? Yes, today is Tuesday. Getting my day straight is the first start. Guys, I do have a special announcement tonight, so I hope all of you are looking forward to that. I'm going to try to keep this to 1 hour tonight. Um, because I do have something I do want to show you. But I want to give a shout out to everyone watching on Rockfin. What's going on? Hello, how are you? And I want to give shout outs to people in the chat. What is going on? Shout out to Black People Unite. Beto, LOL. Shout out to Ashura, Beto, Mr. Irrelevant, Ashura says. Oh man. This guy is determined to win something here. You guys hear me? What's going on, Christian? How are you? Greetings. Hello, Shayar. What's going on? Just going down the chat here. Greetings, Jara Brown. Hello, Larry Samark. Hi, how are you doing? Shout out to Greg's Brews, who is a Sabby member. What's going on? Ashura says people still saying Nina's not shilling for TYT and the establishment because she was already working for them. LOL. Well, yeah. You know, there are still going to be people that will defend this type of behavior, but you have to ask yourself, what is in it for them? Why are they always defending them? Greeting, pitchforks are coming. Hello, and how are you? Shout out to Workers Control of Production, who's a Sabby member. I'm from South Texas, where it's majority Hispanic. We call him Weasel Face, and point his name isn't Beto, just Hispandering. His name is Robert Francis, and he voted to destroy EP Hood for Stadium. Interesting, very interesting. Well, yeah, I'm going to talk about that. I don't know what Beto's thinking this time. Greetings, Tony T. What is going on? Hello, Narissa. Greetings. I love the little tooth there. I'm assuming you might be a dentist or dental hygienist. Greetings, Dan Emo 592. What is going on? Shout out to Lucky Burrito Art and Music. Namaste. I really like that name, by the way. Really love that name. What's going on? They Live, We Sleep, who is a Sabby member. Made it, love Sabby, for real, Seattle. I haven't been to Seattle. You guys know that? I've never been. Always wanted to go, see what it's like. Shout out to Diana M16. What is going on? Hello, the Robert Escobar Show. Hello, how are you? All right, everybody. Welcome to Sabby Sabs Podcast. I'm your host, Sabrina Salvati. If you are new to my channel, Sabby Sabs Podcast is a part of the Fred Hampton Leftist Network. You can catch me there on Thursdays for the Roundtable and Friday evening for the Sabby Show. And you can catch me here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings. Guys, let's get into it. I told you I'm going to try to keep this to an hour tonight. I'm really going to try. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Let's pull up the thumbnail. What are we talking about tonight? What are we discussing? Oh, I guess I need to pull it up. Well, what do you know? What do you know? Yes, I know, StreamYard. You don't have to tell me that tip every time I try to share something. All right, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot going on with immigration. We are going to talk about DEMS immigration fail. Oh, that darn Senate parliamentarian, right? Right. Border Patrol controversy and Abbott versus Beto. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Beto is back. He will not go away. He is determined. This man is determined to win something. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to jump into the DEMS immigration fail because this story to me is just, I hate to say that I told you so, but I told you so. And here we go. Let me close the screen here. I'm going to share my screen and oh man. They always have to have someone to blame. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. Democrats can't use their 3.5 trillion package bolstering social and climate programs for their plan to give millions of immigrants a chance to become citizens. The Senate's parliamentarian said late Sunday, a crushing blow to what was the party's clearest pathway in years to attaining that long sought goal. Let me make this a little bit larger. If you are wondering who the Senate parliamentarian is, the decision by Elizabeth McDowell, the Senate's nonpartisan interpreter of its often enigmatic rules, is a damaging and disheartening setback for President Joe Biden, congressional Democrats, and their allies in the pro immigration and progressive communities. Though they said they'd offer her fresh alternatives, McDonald's stance badly wounds their hopes of unilaterally enacting over Republican opposition chances, letting several categories of immigrants gain permanent resident and possibly citizenship. Listen to this, you guys. The parliamentarian opinion is crucial because it means the immigration provisions could not be included in an immense 3.5 trillion measure that's been shielded from GOP filibusters. Left vulnerable to those bill-killing delays, which require 60 Senate votes to diffuse, and the immigration language has virtually no chance in the 50-50 Senate. Let's pop out and let's discuss this, you guys, because this is going to be a problem. Now, I just want to go ahead and tell you, for the people who are saying, well, you can't blame Democrats because it's not their fault, because the Senate parliamentarian has the control. The Senate parliamentarian has the power. So what are Dems supposed to do? And this is where I come in and I remind all of you that Kamala Harris, as the vice president, she has the power. She has the authority to stomp out the Senate parliamentarian's decision. Now, this is the second time that I remember that Kamala Harris has been faced with this opposition. The first time when she was faced with it, she said, we can't because of the Senate parliamentarian. Lies, lies. Now, here we go again. Now, you have to ask yourself, why is it that Kamala Harris is not using her power as vice president to overrule the Senate parliamentarian's decision? This is going to be a huge, huge disappointment for the Democrats, because one of the things that they ran on is immigration. They said that they would promise they get that support and protection for DACA recipients. And yet, here we are again. The Senate parliamentarian is telling them, no, I have the power. The Senate parliamentarian, who most of us have never heard from before until this year. All of a sudden, this person has way more power than Joe Biden, than Kamala Harris, than everybody in DC. This one person. Let me make something very clear here. I have been talking about Biden's failures since he's been in office. I've been very vocal about the Dems not being bold enough, being weak on many issues. But that being said, this issue in particular, if they don't find support for those DACA recipients, if they do not come through on immigration like they said that they would, mark my words, it is over for them. Now, should have been over for them for other things as well. But this one, you have all of these people counting on them to come through on this one thing. So far, they have come through on nothing that Joe Biden has run on. I'm going to go through some of the comments in the chat. Greg Bruce says the parliamentarian is nothing but a professional scapegoat. Exactly. It's like Glenn Greenwald said, they have to have a rotating villain. They have to have someone to blame for the reason why they can't get things done. If it's not the Senate parliamentarian, mark my words, it would have been someone else. If it's not the Senate parliamentarian, it's Joe Manchin's fault. It's Kristen Sinema's fault. And you have Kamala Harris sitting in that seat, and she's not even using the power that she has to override the Senate parliamentarian. When I told you guys that Kamala Harris was just going to be another sign of virtue signaling, that she was just going to be a symbol that says, yes, we've grown as a country. We have a woman vice president, first one. We have a woman of color who's a vice president, first one. We have a woman who is African American and is also Asian. First one to do so. All of those things are fine. But what is the point of having that representation if you're not even going to do what you need to do to get things done? At that point, you are just a symbol. You are not doing anything for people in this country that you said you were going to do. It is absolute failure. It is disgusting. And DEMS have fallen for this for over time. They pander to you. They continue to do this to us. And we fall for it. We continue to vote them in. We think the next person is going to be different. They're not. They're not. I told you guys that Kamala would be weak. But I'm telling you right now, even mainstream media is coming down on Dems for this, on the Biden administration for this. Go to some of the comments in the chat. Holly has a good point here. She said, remember, Obama started the cages. Absolutely. Absolutely. But see, people were saying that when Trump was in office. People were saying that when Trump was in office. And as soon as you say that, people will call you a Trump supporter, even if you weren't a Trump supporter. Let's not forget that. It was Obama who started it. So again, I just have to question this. I have to. What is going on, Gamer for Life? Shout out. Yep, sure did. Obama did start the cages. Ashura brings up a good point. White people keep falling for BS identity politics. Absolutely. Listen, and not just white people. I fell for it too. When Obama ran, I was like, wow, we could have the first Black president. I fell for that too. Never like sat back and started asking myself, what is he going to do for the country? What is he going to do for people? And how will he improve our lives? I was focused so much on the fact that we could have the first Black president. And by the time his second term came around, that was when I started to wake up, that he was just like the rest that came before him and nothing was going to change. Really sad when you think about it. J Mo said the progress that we've made is just so that we can have people of color, etc., as neocon, neoliberals. He's right. He's right. Because you don't see them trying to amplify progressive Black candidates that are running for these positions. No, if anything, they put up money to get a neoliberal, an establishment Democrat to challenge them, to prevent that person from getting in. You see, they say that they want Black people in these positions, but they only want a certain type of Black person. That's the problem. General specifics, what's going on? So disappointed in Obama, and then Bernie broke our hearts 2 elections in a row. Don't know who else we can trust. And you see, guys, this is why I tell you, if you are going to vote, we need to start doing so by third party. The two-party system, you might as well call it one party because they're both corporate. They both serve corporations. They don't really serve the people. Here goes. Biden administration literally whipping black folk right now equal lesser evilism. I'm going to get into that story in a second. Sorry, guys. My nose is itchy. It's allergies. Uh, Absolutely. Same problem. Same problem that we are having. It's all for symbolism, you guys. All for symbolism. But the Dems, this is going to be a huge problem. If they can't come through on this, look, you have Mitch McConnell, excuse me, not Mitch McConnell, you have Joe Manchin telling Bernie Sanders, no, I'm not going to approve the 3.5 trillion bill. I'm not going to approve it. Then if you manage to get past him, it still doesn't matter. Now you got the Senate parliamentarian who's saying, no, I'm not going to approve this at all. Dems already negotiated when they decided to bring it down from, I think it was like 6 trillion, bring it down from 6 trillion to 3.5 trillion. They already compromised. And this is what Democrats do. They're constantly trying to we need to work with Republicans. We need to have bipartisanship. They're constantly trying to do these things. But you notice the people who actually hold the key in their hand to allow these bills to go through, those people are never willing to compromise. Those people have a hard no, as Joe Manchin said he has, and they stick with it. It is the Democrats, it's the House Democrats who are naive. They think, they really believe that by negotiating and compromising that they can get what they truly want, and they still get the door slammed in their face every time. And mark my words, like I told you, if it's not the Senate parliamentarian, it'll be Joe Manchin. If it's not Joe Manchin, it'll be Kirsten Sinema. It is always someone to point the finger at. You cannot blame this on Mitch McConnell anymore. Dems have the House, Dems have the Senate. You can't blame this on Trump anymore. These are Democrats who are working against other Democrats. That's what we have. Impossibly Black said, as long as people think that something is better than nothing, you will always lose the game of chicken to those who are indifferent. Absolutely. We settle for crumbs. And when you ask for more, people say, how dare you? How dare you ask for more? You should be happy with the crumbs that we gave you. Take these crumbs and bye-bye. Tony T said should start a slogan that says, I'm not a Republican because I have a heart, and I'm not a Democrat because I have a brain. That is a good t-shirt, Tony. I like that. That's a good one. Everyone shout out to Tony. I like that a lot. But that is what is going to happen. And Jared Brown is right. It's what the donors say. It's never about us. The only reason when they campaign, they make it about us is because we're the ones that vote, because they need our votes. That's it. And then once they get in, they go back to serving their donors. That is how it works, ladies and gentlemen. This is no secret. We've been talking about this for a while, and I can tell you that if we continue going the way that we are going, this is not going to improve and it is not going to get better. It sucks. It's the reality of the system, and we need to acknowledge that, and we need to stop letting other people, especially some of these celebrities, tell us that we need to vote blue no matter who. Those people are wealthy. Their lives are all set. They can afford to vote blue no matter who. The rest of us that are working our butts off, that are living paycheck to paycheck, we cannot afford to vote blue no matter who. And I want all of you to remember that come next election. I'm going to dive right into the next story because this one really got me heated. We need to talk about what is happening with the Border Patrol. Now, this is recent. UN agencies raise concerns about the U.S. deportation of Haitian migrants. I don't know if some of you saw these pictures, but what I saw was absolutely disturbing. Listen to this. We are disturbed by the images that we've seen and by the fact that we have seen all these migrants and refugees and asylum seekers in transport to Port-au-Prince, and that's from the spokesperson of the UN Human Rights Office. We are seriously concerned by the fact that it appears there have not been any individual assessments of the cases, and that therefore maybe some of these people have not received the protection that they needed. Again, I want to remind you, this is happening under the Biden administration, and I'm going to show you the pictures in just a second. But listen to this. Around 12,000 migrants are believed to have sheltered under a bridge in Del Rio, Texas, living in a squalid conditions. Due to the threat of deportation, hundreds of migrants have reportedly crossed back into Mexico. Now, I'm going to show you the pictures that I saw the other day that really, really frustrated me. Because when I saw this, the first thing I said to myself was, what does this remind you of? Now I'm going to share my screen. Danny Haifong had a good tweet about this. I don't care what you think about the situation, but what I saw in these pictures is not acceptable at all. Danny Haifong said, America then and America now. Guys, this is what was going on at the border. Look at this. Why do we have Border Patrol agents on horses with, some people are calling them whips, some people are calling them reins? Regardless, why are they chasing Black people in such a manner? Why are they whipping people? Let's go back here. Look at this. Like Danny Haifong said, America then? And this is exactly what I thought of when I saw these images. And that's just one of them that I'm showing you. And America now. This is absolutely disgusting. Whether you are for or against immigration, there is no reason why this should be okay, why this should be happening in this country. It is absolutely disgusting. This is where we are at now in this country, you guys. And I want to remind everybody that this is happening in Joe Biden's America. This isn't happening under Trump. This is not happening under Bush. This is happening under the Biden administration. And where are they? Where is AOC with her tears? Where are all these dramatic photos of congressmen and women who are Democrats at the border bawling their eyes out? Just like we saw years before when Trump was in office, and all the Democrats, like the congressmen and Senate, were down at the border and they were crying and bawling over kids in cages. Where are those tears at now? You're not going to see them. You know why? Because it's happening under a Democrat. Because it's their party. And that is the point I want you to understand. At the end of the day, they look out for their own party. Could you imagine if that was happening while Trump was in office? Where are those tears, Kamala Harris? Where are those tears, AOC? Where are they? I'm going to show you some more responses to this because, again, this is like flooring people everywhere. And I'm glad that these images got out because I wanted people to see this is what we are dealing with in 2021 in the United States of America. Black in the Empire said, not surprisingly, The outrage about the conditions or deporting immigrants at the border is minimal when the people are Black and are from Haiti. Let me tell you guys, all my adult life, because I didn't focus as much, I didn't know much about it when I was a kid growing up, but all my adult life, I have noticed there has been such a lack of respect for people who are from Haiti and for the country of Haiti. No country has been more vilified than Haiti. You think about all the things that Haitians have had to go through. There was the earthquake. The first one I remember, I believe, was like 10 years ago. Then they just had another earthquake recently. They just had to deal with an assassination. So when you see people coming across the border in such despair at great numbers, you have to ask yourself, why are they coming here to begin with? If you saw the living conditions that they have to go through in their country, you would understand why they are trying to leave. They want a better life for themselves and a better life for their children. And I want to remind all of you that Miss Kamala Harris, when she was running for president, she said those exact same things. She said, we have to ask why they're coming here. They're fleeing despair. And she said they have the right to come and seek asylum. Where is Kamala Harris now? Because when Trump was president, it was important for her to explain that. Important to her to be an advocate for that. Where's all that advocacy now? Silent. Because it is happening this time under a Democrat administration. Kamala Harris herself said a couple of months ago, don't come here. Didn't Trump say the same thing? See how this is why I try to tell you, they're not that different. The parties are not that different. I want to show you something else as well, because like I said, people really went in on this. I want to show you a tweet, and this is from Nico. And he had something to say about this as well. Given the treatment of the Haitian refugees at the border seeking a new life after U.S. imperialism ravaged their nation, I feel like this is a good time to remind everybody. Joe Biden still hates Black people. I have another one for you. This one is from Good Politic Guy. And I'm pointing this out, guys. I want you to see this because it's not just Black people pointing this out. White people are pointing this out too. So you got to pay attention. This one is from Good Politic Guy, also known as Mac. He said, probably a good time to remember that you can draw a direct line from slave patrols to modern U.S. police agencies. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees it. Where are the outcries, you guys? Tell me. Somebody let me know. Why isn't AOC at the border crying? Oh, she's not up for election. Oh. Impossibly Black said, is this what Biden meant by having Black people's back? Mm, 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 mm. Well said. Well said. Leslie said that Jim Crow Joe strikes again. Haiti is hated because they were the only successful slave revolt in human history. Facts. That is 100% true. You have to remember the history of Haiti and what those people have gone through. You have to remember that. I have another picture for you that I want to show you. And this one to me, again, it just, when you see the children, the kids, I'm going to pull up this picture. This one really broke my heart. Let me share my screen. And to hear people's silence on this, it's just eye-opening, right? To see how silent people are. Guys, look at this little girl. She's terrified. Terrified. Thanks so much for the super chat, Mo. The only terror and they only terror the defenseless and are experiencing is coming from the empire of America. The only terror the defenseless are experiencing is coming from the empire of America. Preach, preach. This little girl is terrified. You see these pictures? I showed you guys that one. The hell is this? This is so sad. Here we go. And I want to point something out to you guys. You see all the people sleeping under this bridge with these tents? You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of some of the cities right here in the United States. And it's not immigrants who are there. It's Americans who have been pushed out, who can't afford to live in their homes, because this country has become unlivable for a lot of people. This is where we are, you guys. And to see people make excuses for it. Look, I don't care if they're whips, if they're reins, I don't care if it's a damn jump rope. The principle behind it is flawed. No reason they should be on horses chasing after them like that. No reason. Shout out to Swanky Telis, who is a Sabby member. Damn, so heartbreaking. Yeah, I want you guys to see those pictures because I want people to realize what people will go through so that they can make a better life for their family. And where are all those people? Where are all those people? Exactly. Prep the polish. Prep the Polish. Prep the polish is polish. Where's celebrities and Jimmy Kimmel? If it was Trump there would be riots in the streets right now. Where are those celebrities? That is a good question. Where are they? Where's Colbert? Greg Bruce says, next time, tell them it's illegal to be homeless. There you go. There you go. Sleepy Creator said, and with no resources, it feels cruel that American imperialism is destroying their countries and their only option is to come here when America is unlivable. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Absolutely. We spend so much time destroying all these other countries, making their lives unbearable, robbing them of their resources. And then we are somehow surprised when they want to flee those countries and they want to come here to create a better life for their family. Every time our government has stepped foot in other countries, it was never about the good for them. It was always about the good for us. Even when it seemed like we were there trying to help, we were only trying to help when there was something in it for us. Gamer for Life said, yep, blue MAGAs are at brunch and are asleep. They don't care. They're ignoring this. They're choosing not to discuss it because it's not happening under the Republicans. And I want you guys to think about this, and I want you to think about your friends, your family members, your colleagues, people that you know that were so, hell bent on getting Trump out, that said he was a disgrace, that he had to go, that were upset about Trump having kids in cages. I want you to think about those people, and I want you to think about what their reaction is today. Because if you were angry that Trump had kids in cages, you should also be angry that Biden still has kids in cages. If you were angry that Trump didn't want immigrants to come here, didn't want, certain immigrants to come here, then you should be upset that Biden and Kamala don't want certain immigrants to come here. Those were her words. Do not come here. So you have to ask yourself, are those people that you know, are they just as livid now that it's happening under Joe Biden as they were when it happened under Trump? Impossibly Black said, I wouldn't be surprised if hashtag Jim Crow Joe or something similar was already trending and Twitter took it down. I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't be surprised either. And I'm going to tell you right now, if your mainstream media, CNN, MSNBC, and you're not calling this out, shame on you. Because you have the ability to reach millions of people. All those fake tears. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't even want to hear it. It is absolutely ridiculous. You care as little about those people, you care as little about the immigrants today as you did back then. You just pretended to back then because either you were up for election or because it was from the opposite party. I'm going to move on to the last story because I told you guys I do want to try to keep this at 1 hour. And then I have something pretty cool to show you after this. So something is happening in Texas, ladies and gentlemen. Governor Greg Abbott's approval drops below 50%. Yes, this is happening. Here we go. Let me scroll down here so I can give you the numbers. 54% of Texans say the state is on the wrong track, with 44% saying it's on the right track. Among independents, a group that historically has swung toward the GOP in Texas elections, just 33% say the state is on the right track. So again, as you can see, same thing with the Biden administration. I showed you guys this a couple episodes ago. Biden is losing independents. And now you can see that even in Texas, the GOP is starting to lose independents as well. This is happening across the board. Abbott's approval rating is 45%, with his disapproval at 44%. Polling by the university before the pandemic began in March 2020 had Abbott at a 59% approval. He dropped from 59% approval to 45%. That's more than a 10-point drop, you guys. Now, here's the funny part. Here we go. We want to talk about the election that is coming up shortly. Listen to this. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because this is laughable. I'm sorry. Like when I saw this, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So here we go. Abbott would now lose a hypothetical matchup to actor Matthew McConaughey by 9 points, 44-35. A UT Tyler poll 2 months ago showed Abbott slightly ahead. So Governor Abbott is now behind Matthew McConaughey. Let me pop out because then I'm going to go right into the Beto thing. Guys, do you hear this? Governor Abbott is losing to an actor. He's losing to Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey has not served office at all. What does this tell you, guys? What does this tell you? See, this is how someone like Trump was able to win. Not saying McConaughey's like Trump per se, but they were both entertainers. Matthew McConaughey is also a businessman, so they fall in those categories together. This is how someone who's an actor can come in more favorable than someone who is the current politician and has experience in politics. People in Texas are like, screw it, let's vote for Matthew McConaughey. He doesn't have the experience, but so what? I think people are getting tired of politicians, you guys. I know I am. They're getting tired of it. They're like, let's take a chance. Who knows? Narissa said Texans want Lincolns and Matthew McConaughey. You guys see those Lincoln commercials with Matthew McConaughey? They're always funny. They're funny. AdKid said, Sabby, in order to truly get a third party moving the needle and change public perception, we need two things: strong, charismatic communicator. Yep. 2, marketing strategy across all platforms. I 100% agree, because that is one of the problems with the Green Party. They don't advertise enough. They need to do that. And that person has to be someone that is very likable. And it also, I think it needs to be someone who is popular. It needs to be someone who is well known. Greg Bruce said, you got a joint? It would be a lot cooler if you did. Oh my God. It's a Matthew McConaughey line, you guys. All I have to say is, all right, all right, all right. I mean, people would rather, exactly. Sorry, Gamer for Life said, all right, man. Exactly. That's the first thing I thought about was, okay, that's what they want. Prep the Polish said, Sabby, do you think Trump will run in 2024? It's sad that people want him back in office, but I blame it on the Democrats. He's gone back and forth on this, but you never know what he's going to do. I wouldn't be surprised if he did run in 2024. And I honestly think if he does, I think he could win again. And I've shown you guys several reasons why. Because the Dems suck. They're weak. They're so weak. And hypocritical as well, because of the same things that Biden complained about Trump doing. Joe Biden's really not that much different. He's doing some of the same things. He's just not as overt about it. He's not as overt about it. Just truth. But let's talk about Beto, because this man really wants to win something. I'm telling you, this guy is determined. I am going to win something. Damn it. Check this out. Sources say Beto plans Texas comeback in governor's race. He just won't quit. He just won't quit. Former Rep Beto O'Rourke is preparing to run for governor in Texas for 2022, with an announcement expected later this year. Oh boy. His entry would give Democrats a high-profile candidate with a national fundraising network to challenge Republican Governor Greg Abbott, and give O'Rourke, a former 3-term congressman from El Paso and 2022 presidential candidate and voting rights activist, a path to a political comeback. Now, what are the polls saying? A new poll for the Dallas Morning News showed that O'Rourke has narrowed the gap with Abbott in a hypothetical matchup, down 37% to 42%. In July, O'Rourke faced a 12-point deficit, 33 to 45. So he's closing that gap, but let me pop out because I just want to tell you what I think about Beto. Thanks so much, AdKit, for the super chat. Sabby, keep up the great work. We hope you get Ralph Nader on your show soon. I hope so too. I'm trying, you guys. I'm trying. Thanks so much for the super chat. Let's talk about Beto. Guys, during the Democratic primary debates, Beto O'Rourke said that, hell yeah, we're going to take your guns away. His words, not mine. Just saying. Now, he wants to run for governor of Texas after he just said he's going to take people's guns away in an open carry state. My uncle moved to Texas a while back. My uncle was telling me that it was the only place he lived where he could go to the mall, the grocery store, regardless. It wasn't uncommon to see people just have a gun like on their hip, their holster. That's not uncommon there, he said. So, do you really think, or does he really think that gun loving people in Texas are going to want to vote for him? Even though Abbott is bad. Don't get me wrong, Abbott is bad. But still, do you think Beto remembers making that comment? Because I do. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't remember. Leslie says, LOL, I remember that. Yeah, I mean, come on. You live in Texas and you want to take people's guns away. Now, Beto has been active in protests in Texas. He has been, stood in solidarity with immigrants in Texas, and that does say something. But do I think Beto is going to win governor of Texas? Nah. Guys, Matthew McConaughey has a better chance of beating Governor Abbott. Think about this. The politician, Beto, the politician, has less of a chance beating Governor Abbott than Matthew McConaughey, the actor, does. That's telling you where people's heads are at. That's what's happening right now. It just is what it is. Someone posted a meme one time on Facebook. I'll never forget this. It was about Beto. And I was like, damn. And the meme said, Beto O'Rourke, if gentrification was a person. And I was like, dang. What can I say? What can I say to that? I don't think he is going to win. And if he doesn't win, what does this do for Beto's career? Because that'll be 3 times that he's lost. I'm getting fuzzy. Why am I getting? I don't know why. Let me give it just a second. Because I'm plugged into the router. So hopefully it gets better. Yeah, give it just a second, guys. It does that sometimes. And then I'll tell you guys my announcement, but I would like to do it when it's making sure that it's not fuzzy here. But yeah, I don't think exactly, Norma. Houston, we have a problem. Human love, solidarity. Yeah, this is a problem. I'm trying to get to Norma's comment here. Norma said AOC is now a puppet too. You can't beat the system, but you can become rich. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let me close out this other tab. I'm just going to go ahead and click on this link and see if that makes a difference, because all my other tabs are closed. I'm going to go through a couple more comments, and then I'm going to show you my surprise. So let's see. It says I'm connected. Yeah. I don't know why it's doing that. I need to contact my Wi-Fi people, because I'm not even on Wi-Fi right now. I'm on Ethernet. Punks. All right. So the surprise that I have for you guys And then I got to let you go after this because I did say 1 hour and then I got some stuff there. I'm going to share my screen. So, a couple of you were asking me before, I've gotten emails and DMs um, asking me if I was going to do merch. And I was like, no. But I've had so many requests that I'm like, okay, I guess I need to do it. Let me check the internet quality real quick. New puppies is surprise. I wish I had a new puppy. I don't have a puppy at all. I want a puppy, but I don't really have the funds for that right now. There's so many other things that I need to take care of. Narissa has a good point. You have to ask yourself if you would forsake the people for money. Politicians said, yes, yes, that is exactly what they say. Norma said, you have to play the game. Politics is a game. It's all about the money. It's true. And not about money for us, by the way. It's about money for them. All right. It looks like my stream has cleared up. I am going to share my surprise with you guys. So a couple of you have emailed me and asked me if I would do merch. And I was like, not really my thing. I don't think so. But I've gotten many requests. So I decided to go ahead and do it. And I'm using one of them right now. So this is my little Sabby Sabs mug. It is anime. And I have to give a special shout out to Diva's Doodles because she made this for me. I can't take credit for this at all. You guys, I cannot draw. I'm not talented in that field. And so she made me this design, and I'm going to share my screen. So I now do have a merch store. And I'll just scroll down and show you. You can go on here and you can get Sabby Sabs attire. I'll zoom in so you can see some of these as well. You can get like a Sabby t-shirt. And I hope you guys can see that there. It's kind of cool. I don't know. I like my logo, so I think that's kind of cool. And then, but I think a lot of you probably are going to like the anime cups first, the most. So yeah, you can get long sleeve tee, you can get a Sabby hoodie, you can get like the baseball tee, which is one of my faves. I've always liked that style of shirt. But this is my fave, which is the Sabby Sabs anime mug. I love it. Like I said, she created this for me. I can't take credit for it. She's a great artist. And it's me. It's me sipping my tea, basically. And that really is me. She took a picture of me that I had posted somewhere and got the exact mug, my little tea thing hanging out of the cup, my shirt, my earrings, everything. It's me. So that's anime Sabby. So you can get that if you want to. And then there's also the Sabby's anime t-shirt, or you can get the regular Sabby Sabs logo mug. That's the black and white logo there. And the other thing I was going to show you, if I go to my dashboard, these will be available September 29th. But you can also get Sabby Sabs logo hats. So I'll show you this to see it live. So you can get a Sabby Sabs like baseball cap. That's pretty cool. Oh, let me make sure I'm sharing the screen. Let me stop share and then share because I realize you guys can't see that part. Okay, I see it now. Yeah, so you can get like a Sabby Sabs hat, baseball cap. That's pretty cool. They come in different colors. I try to do different colors. And then also you can get, I'm going to go back and show you, you can get a Sabby Sabs beanie, which I'm going to be getting one of those pretty soon because it's about to get cooler here. It's already starting to cool off in Boston. I don't know where my beanie went. I have to find it. But anyway, you can get Sabby merch now. Basically what I was going to say. So, but again, you know, you don't have to get these things, but this is something that people have been asking me to do. So, I don't like to do things just to do it, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's really cute. So the merch link is now in the details tab of my YouTube video. So you'll see that along with all my other links, like my Patreon link and stuff. But I gotta say, guys, I absolutely love this mug. Like, isn't it cute? Trying to put it up there so you can see. Sabby. So I am drinking out of myself. That didn't sound right. That didn't come out right. I'm sorry. Also, for those of you who are Patreon members, if you go on my Patreon, you'll also be able to get, if you're a $5 Patreon, you can get a Sabby sticker. It's the Sabby anime sticker. Or you can get, if you're a $10 Patreon, you get a Sabby logo mug. But if you just want to get like merch stuff, you can. But so now you can do that. And I do want to get more mugs as well. Yep, X said maybe a mug variant that says Sabby says don't talk back, maybe something snarky and funny too. Yeah, I thought about doing one with a logo that says or phrase that says have a good night, keep up the fight, because that's what I say at the end of all of my streams. So right now, like those are the things that I have on there, but I'll add more like as time goes on. But that's one of my surprise special announcements, you guys. And I should have another surprise special announcement for you within the next 2 weeks. I'm almost finished with that project, but yeah. So definitely check it out if you want, guys. I'm super excited. I think it all came out great. I love that kind of stuff. But yeah. But I don't want to keep you guys much longer. I'm pretty proud of myself. 7:58. I kept it under an hour. Yeah. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow with more news. And Friday evening, Kim Iverson will be here. I'm going to talk to her about the recall that happened in California and get her take on third parties as well. Swanky Tia said, is the mug ready to buy, Sabby? Yes, these are live. In fact, I should pull up, I'll open the link. I'll put the link in the chat. So yeah, this just went live today. I haven't told anybody yet. So you guys are the first to hear this. And I'll just copy and paste it here. And I'll put it on Twitter sometime tonight if I don't forget. But yeah, so there's the link in my chat. So if you guys want to get that stuff. But yeah, super excited. But this is my Sabby. This is me, guys. It's me on a mug. Go Sabby. Go, 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 go. All right. That's me just being silly. Time to roll out. Kept it under 1 hour. All right, guys. Join me tomorrow. Join me back on Friday. And don't forget to watch me on FHL Roundtable this Thursday. Other than that, you know how we do this. Have a good night. Keep up the fight.